Welcome, everyone, to the third episode of the Sunday Hubbub. Sorry it took so long to get episode 3 up. We had a lot of scheduling conflicts. We're bad at this. So we have... What?
You're bad at this.
Okay, I'm bad at this. You know what, Gabe? You know what? That's fair. So... I do want to say that we have a new addition to the podcast, a new permanent addition to the podcast. Everyone, please welcome Kat. Also, Dumb and Stressed is the @ that she has under there. Hi, Kat.
Hello.
We also have another new person on the podcast today, Artkento, also known as Leia.
Hello.
Hi. And then we have Gabe, Axial Vagabond. You gonna say hi?
Oh, I thought you were still talking. What's up? Hey, wait. Just don't forget, guys. I still have my Frosted Flakes. Don't worry.
Is that what that noise was?
I still don't have a sponsorship by Frosted Flakes, but here it is.
Oh my god, you're so annoying.
You know what? Maybe by episode 100 we'll have a sponsorship by Frosted Flakes.
I'm just gonna tweet Frosted Flakes right now.
Right in the middle of recording at 7:30 at night.
Yep.
Sponsorship for Frosted Flakes. We were gonna have
Maybe
Morgan.
like, Ayo, at Frosted Flakes. Hit me up. I promote you on a podcast every single week. That's literally what I'm gonna say.
We were gonna have Morgan on, but she's having some car troubles tonight. So, in honor of her, I will do her traditional greeting of "What's the Hubbub Bub?" We will never let that die. Eventually, I hope it does. But for this week, we'll continue that tradition. Yeah.
I mean, you could have just killed her right now, but...
Nope, not yet. Eventually I want it to die, but we're gonna keep it going for right now. So in honor of our two...
Flakes,
Oh my god. In honor of our two new guests, we want to keep it going where we ask some questions from our first podcast where we had our quote-unquote 21 questions where we only asked each other 10 questions. But, you know, we're a mess. So we want to just ask them one of the questions from it. So, Kat, what is your favorite character of all time? Because you told me you don't have an answer, so I'm going to put you on the spot.
Dude, I don't know. There's so many. I can't even do like the basic answers because I'm so superheroed and like marveled and thronesed out. Like I'm so over it. I don't even know.
You're just going to go with I don't know.
No, I mean I have a couple. Alright. I think there's a manga I really like. It's really, really small, but it's about this girl who... It's one of the isekai, where she dies and goes back like in time to another world and all that crap. And so she's probably one of my favorites. Her name's Iris, and she was an office worker, and she goes back and like literally reforms a whole world's like economy. It's pretty cool and nerdy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm down for it.
And she's pretty.
I love it. I'm down for it. And Art, your favorite character of all time?
So, like, I know I said it before, but I'm just like, I love Nora. I love her to death. I would die for her. She is, heaven.
Might want to elaborate a little bit more for some of our viewers who don't know who Nora is.
I don't even know who
So, Nora Valkyrie is a character from RWBY, which is from Rooster Teeth. And basically, she's lightning and has a giant-ass hammer and loves to break people's legs. Loves to break people's legs.
Yep, that's pretty accurate. That's Nora Valkyrie.
But when I do that, I get arrested.
You know, you just...
Oh, I got excited, but it was just you.
Sorry.
I thought Frosted Flakes retweeted me. I got so excited, but it was just us. So
sorry to burst your bubble. Oh my god. Sorry. I'll refrain from tweeting you during our podcast. Anyway. Sorry to burst your bubble, but yes, Nora Valkyrie is an amazing character, and I love her to death. Alright.
She's perfect.
I've only watched like an episode of that show. I'm a terrible fan.
Oh my god.
I know.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I'm kicking you out of RTAZ.
I know, I'm a bad fan.
I'm kicking you out of RTAZ. I have that power now.
No, you don't.
I do.
Mods do not have that power, only admins.
Then why does it say that I can kick her?
I hold the power.
Alright, then you two have the power to do that. You should do that, though.
I'm not gonna do that. I love Kat too much. She
Yay.
doesn't give me any trouble.
I love Kat, too.
Yeah, see?
Kat hasn't given you any trouble, really.
She hasn't. She's literally the only one on this podcast that has not given me any trouble.
I feel like that's a lie.
I haven't done anything. I'm a little
Anyway.
obnoxious, yeah.
And randomly talks.
That's fair. That's fair. Anyway, let's get back to the main point of this podcast now that we're 6 minutes in and haven't said anything about it.
Oh.
It's Pride Month, guys!
Woohoo!
Yay.
You sound the least excited.
I'm the gayest. I gotta keep my cool, duh. So no one can know that I'm a weirdo.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sorry.
Oh my lord. Alright, so, since I am technically not really part of the LGBTQ community, I'm just really an ally to it. I'm gonna really let Axial and Art run the show on this one. So why don't you guys really tell us why Pride Month is so important to really everyone?
Do you want me to take it or do you want to take it, Art?
I could take it, but I could only take it from, like, my perspective of it.
I mean, tell us your perspective of why Pride Month is important.
Sounds so sarcastic, dude.
Why I'm trying to do my
important?
best interview voice. This is the Interview the Queers segment.
I was drinking tea. I've been killed.
Essentially, for me, Pride Month is important because before I was out of the closet, like I didn't get out of the closet until 2016. So Pride Month was kind of something that I looked from a distance of like, oh, hey, there's actual other queer people besides me, and it's not that weird to be gay. Like, it's not weird to be attracted to
queer.
Else. Yeah, queer.
Freaking rhyme it. God.
But that was just because I grew up in a very conservative Christian home where I used to hear my mom all the time just be so homophobic and just the worst that I've ever heard from a person. Well, not the worst. Westboro's the worst, but it was close. And so, like, being able to have something to be like, okay, yeah, that's something really cool, and being able to see all the queer people growing up was really nice. And then after I came out, it kind of became a platform of me letting other people know of like, hey, you have this community around you that loves you and accepts you no matter what you are, who you are, what you're not. We're here, we love you, we're a big happy family, basically fuck everybody else who wants to say you're different.
Just a good reason.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's a little sadder, honestly. And not many people actually know this, but the reason Pride Month's important to me is because when I came out, I was sent to conversion therapy camp. And underwent some very horrible things because I thought I was a boy. I am a boy, but I didn't know that at the time. So it's important just because, like, looking back on it, like, at that point in my life, it was just kind of like, how can I not be gay so that I can make everyone happy? And now I'm like, fuck everyone, I'm gay. And there's a lot of kids that I know that don't have that option to say that out loud or online or to their friends or at all, or even to people that they might come to love. So it's really important to me to be able to be that voice for people who can't have their own voice and give them a platform to feel safe, whether it's just privately or secretly. It's kind of just one of those times of the year that like I become extra dad mode and adopt more children that are most of the time older than me.
That's a good reason, though.
But yeah, that's why it's important to me.
I can bring that happy. I don't talk about it a lot, and, well, not because I'm not out or anything, but I don't care. Like, I've had girlfriends, boyfriends, trans, non-binary. I'm all over the board, but I didn't know it was a thing to be not into whoever until literally probably like 5 years ago, because I'm an idiot. And so I would walk down the street and be like, yeah, like, this girl likes this girl too, just like I like this girl. And then a couple of years ago, I was like, oh no, like, most people like the one. I was like, oh, alright, well. But I was always in kind of a family that was never really against it. Like, it was, I went to Catholic school, but they weren't, maybe it was just the one I was at, but like, they never talked about it. It was never like a shame. Like, the dean at my high school has a wife, and so like her and her wife are just walking down the Catholic school corridors.
Oh.
And so it was like, yeah, I didn't know.
The gays took over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like things like that, like, that's how I would love the whole world to be. Like, if that could be everything to where we don't have to come out and we don't have to fear, like, if we don't have to fear conversion therapy and if we don't have to fear being our true selves because of the hate, and being able to just be the true authentic selves that we are without having to come out and without having to be like, oh, if I tell this person, will they tell these people, and will I get backlash from that? Like, that's why Pride is important too, is to let people know, like, hey, we're normal humans.
Like,
I don't know if you're normal, but that's not related to you. That's just because of you.
Yeah. Like, the only experience that I really have, like, I have a ton of friends who are part of the LGBTQ community. Like, obviously, all 3 people on my podcast right now, part of the community. I have a sister who is lesbian. I'm not gonna say who. I have a lot of siblings, so but she's part of the community. But like, I'm surrounded by it all the time. Never had an issue with it, and like, I see people who have issues with it, and I'm like, what? How does it affect your life? Like, I don't see the issue with it. And so,
yeah,
like, I've always like seen the hate, and I'm just have always been confused by it, the hate, which is why I like Pride Month personally, just because I like to see people be happy, and I like to see people be themselves, and that makes me happy to see people have that. So I'm like always very happy for you guys to have that, and I've been called like fake for that, and it boggles my mind that people have that opinion. It's weird to me that people have that thought.
Yeah.
People are dumb.
Yeah. I just had a random thought that went through my head. This is my first ever Pride, like, actually being true to myself.
Oh, I'm glad that you finally have one where you can be yourself.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely the year 2018.
Year to be queer.
We're just continuing it from last year. Just every year maybe.
Every year gets gayer.
What?
Oh, is that every year gets gayer?
Oh yeah, duh.
100%.
So, it's all like robotic for me. Sorry. So I guess for those who don't really know why we do June as like the gay month, Because I don't know. Do you know, Taylor? I don't think you know.
Nope, I do not.
Oh, sweet. So have you heard of the Stonewall riots?
They're good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. Educate
Okay,
me.
so the Stonewall riots were a period of time in 1969 that it happened at the end of June. Basically, what happened is the police, which was very common at the time, the police raided it was known but not like really known. It was a gay bar, specifically like drag queen type-esque, but they called it like cross-dressing more commonly than drag.
Right.
And basically they raided it and had like people line up and prove some things. There was some sketchy shit going on. They would have like female officers feeling up male attendees to see if they were gay and like things like that. And basically after I believe people got arrested. So like after people got out of, being arrested, a group of trans people, specifically trans people of color, which is a very big deal, decided to protest. And the protest ended up getting, seen by police, and police retaliated more aggressively than the actual protesters. So, in response, I believe it was Martha P. Johnson, and I'm probably 100% wrong, threw a brick at police and basically incited a riot against police, specifically because police at the time were one of the biggest, enemies of the LGBT community. Mm-hmm. Because, they had the power to do whatever the hell they wanted, so they could do whatever they wanted. And basically, a riot ensued, and after that, it was kind of like the first gay pride took place a year later on June 28th to celebrate the anniversary of the riots. And it kind of just continued on and on and on until it was declared by Bill Clinton that June was going to be Pride Month.
Okay.
Specifically to recognize the people that started a movement to accepting homosexuality, but not only just that, what's it called? I just said this word. Celebrate the people that basically said, fuck being alive, it's more important that I do this than living. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was an especially huge turning point. And now the sad thing is a lot of LGBT people don't really know the origin of Pride Month or why we have pride parades. But a lot of them are very young, so not a lot of them know of the Stonewall riot. So it's good to educate people on hey, yo, our moms that gave us the ability to be out really in public and in society were people of color and trans women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there's actually a really cool on Netflix. It's called The Life and Death of Martha P. Johnson. And that talks about her and the movement of Stonewall.
Mm-hmm. I have a knife named after her. It's a gay knife. It's rainbow colored. It's a random, but I do. I have a knife named after her.
Can you send me a picture of
it's
that?
so pretty, but it'll cut you.
Insert that randomly into the video.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Yes.
Oh, and Axe, you were somewhat right. So it's stated that she threw the brick at the officers, but it's never been confirmed who actually threw the first brick.
Yeah.
Are they saying that so that no one gets in trouble, or do we actually not know?
We don't know.
From what it said, it's been claimed that she threw it, but it's never been verified. I mean, basically, like, nobody's been able to verify it. I love my friend. He just sent me, I am fucking gay. Yes. We are all gay here. Welcome.
I don't even think she herself has, like, said, like, yeah, I threw the brick kind of thing. I think she kind of just took that, like, yes, I did it, even if she didn't do it, on to herself, just to, like...
Because we ain't no snitches in this community.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Also, like, it's depending. It's also, like, I think what it is there, from what I'm reading, she hasn't really been, like, the account that's been given hasn't really been verified, and it's changed. But also, so what I'm reading right now, it says, a shot glass thrown at a mirror was the predecessor to the brick thrown at the Oscar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's also saying that she was not at the end, she wasn't at Stonewall when the riot broke out, but heard about it and then went over there.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for the history lesson, because I didn't know any of this.
Mm-hmm.
I had heard the name Stonewall riots, but I didn't know the history of it.
It's intense.
Yeah, they tried to make a movie about it a couple years ago called, like, Stonewall, and it was, like, one of those, like, fuck no, how dare you, like, they were trying to make, they were whitewashing it really badly, so, like, all of the actors for the actual people were white, and I was just like, are you fucking serious? Like, really? Really?
Yep, that's what they always try to do.
Well,
So, as a white person, I get annoyed by that as well.
Oh, I get furious. Like, if we have someone who is a person of color and they are, like, LGBT, we should cast someone who is a person of color. We shouldn't whitewash them, because that's getting rid of that identity. And
Exactly.
It's time for white gays to step down.
Time for white straights to step down too.
Yes.
We had a good run. We can take a step back.
Did white people really have a good run?
The guys did.
Yikes. A chat for another day.
I don't know. I think that the hate of white males kind of goes hand in hand with LGBTQ.
You know?
I mean, yes.
You know?
I mean, yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know?
If we're being honest, I'm gonna go off on a tangent, then I'm gonna stop. The problem that I have is that a lot of people are seeing the whole abortion bills that are going through. They're seeing it as a problem for white females, and they exclude the whole entire LGBT community from it, because it's not just it's like, it's not just a white, like, it's not a woman's body. You're talking about people who are non-binary and want control over what happens to their body. You have people who are trans who just don't want that at all. Like, it's so much more than just... example.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, for me, it's just,
I can't get any medical treatment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, I don't want... Like, I wouldn't want to have a kid, because I don't, like, dysphoria is bad. But, like, yeah. We need to care more about people who are LGBT. And we should be focusing on that instead of banning them from the military.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't have 35 white guys deciding what goes on in uteruses.
Agreed. Okay,
What?
let's go away from politics, because I don't like politics.
Yeah, we're just gonna... Yeah.
Yes, I agree, that's the topic for another time.
Yes, yes, yes.
Back to Pride.
So, back to gay.
Back to the gay.
Back to
the
being-
LGBTQ and all the other letters that I can't remember. There's a lot.
There's just too many, and as a gay person, I think it's ridiculous. Just say the gays. Just call us the gays. Like, that's it.
Just call us. They're all the gays.
Call us nothing else. And anyone who disagrees can fight me.
What I end up saying is I'm just like, it's LGBT plus because
Yeah.
it's too long. It's too long. Shorten it to like 5 letters or we're good.
Exactly. I mean, straight people hate us enough already. Why give them more of a reason?
I like saying Q because I like to say the letter Q.
Yeah.
Fun, and you never
Q
get
doesn't
to
get
say
enough
Q.
love. You're right.
Exactly. Thank you. Someone gets it. LGBTQ.
Say Q,
So
Q plus.
Q plus.
Can we just shorten it to Q plus?
We have
Q plus.
decided as the council.
Yeah, as a
I don't
council
get a
of gays,
I don't
it's
get a
no
say.
longer going to be called LGBTQ plus. It's just Q plus.
I made a suggestion, and I'm glad that it gets to stay. The gays decided.
If I had a gavel, I'd bang it, but I don't. So I'm just gonna.
Oh, I used to have
That's
a
my
gavel.
noise.
Smack somebody
my
until you
gavel
have a
noise.
gavel.
I'm gonna buy a
What?
gavel now.
Hit something.
No.
Oh.
I'm a delicate flower. Just kidding. I'm a boxer.
We're a mess.
Welcome to my
So
life.
kind of like low key serious. Yeah, I mean honestly. So
Low-key
like
serious? Are we going to the topic I think we're talking
we're
about?
going there. We're going to the low key serious. I mean, it's
Very
the only other
serious.
topic that I have provided. It's low key but high key. So around statistically, and I don't have any accurate statistics. My statistics are what I've seen and witnessed. Though it's axial statistics, which are scientifically proven to be more correct than any science that's ever existed.
Lord help us.
But so usually from what I have seen and dealt with and personally felt around queer celebrated holidays, our suicide rates go up. And LGBT suicide rates already surpass suicide rates of most humans in the world. And they get worse dependent on what you are. So like statistically men have a higher suicide rate than women do. You just hear more about women than men. If you're a gay man, it goes up, I believe, like 10%. And for trans people, your statistic of committing suicide, I don't know the exact percentage, but
I have the exact percentage up.
Oh
if you
my
would
god.
like.
What's the exact percentage?
According to a national study that's been done by, it was a transgender survey for the National Center for Transgender Equality, it's before the age of 25%, it's, I believe, 92% of the individuals that were questioned had reported an attempt. Yeah.
It's very high. It's
Very,
specifically like not to diminish anyone's feelings, but specifically like trans people because they go through a lot of changes. Like coming out is very difficult, but as like a gay person, it's a little different than coming out as a trans person because, like, people can't accept their children changing, which leads to a lot of the issues that trans people face. And because it is a physical change, a lot of trans people experience extreme dysphoria and suicide rates skyrocket. Whereas, like, with gay people, they feel a lot of seclusion based on environment. Mm-hmm. So they can be surrounded by a bunch of LGBT people. LGBT, yeah, okay. And still be in a serious spell of depression. Mm-hmm. And from what I've experienced in my counseling days, it tends to happen, like, around, National Trans Day of Remembrance. I personally have lost 3 people. Around Gay Pride, I have people that come to me and talk to me about how they consider it because they can't ever see a life where they're allowed to express themselves in a way where they can go to Pride. Or especially in, like, June, I don't have any statistics, and I honestly don't know if it's been measured, but I know from what I've experienced and what I see in some of my group chats is that a lot of kids and adults feel a wave of depression kind of wash over them, especially during this month, because it's just so difficult seeing so many people happy and being unable to see that you're ever going to get to that point in your life. Mm-hmm. And as someone who has experienced it, it's hard getting out of there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can, I know for me personally, like, I still get, it's like a mix. It's in and out. Like, I've had depressive spells ever since I came out. Or like since being in the closet, every time Pride would happen, because I would sit there and I'd just be like, I can't be that happy. And then now that I'm out and now that I can, I still, for me personally, I hurt. I hurt for everyone who can't be themselves, and I hurt for everyone who can't express themselves the way that they should be able to. And I also, I hurt because of those that we've lost and those who aren't here to see the strides that are made within the community. And so, like, I totally get it, and I totally get why the statistics would go up. And I mean, I'm crying now. I hate this. The second time I've cried on a podcast about Pride.
Take your time, hun. Just breathe.
But yeah, like that, like, I think for me personally, like, that's kind of why we have those fluctuations, is because people can't be who they are. And being in super conservative family, there's no way to, sometimes there's no way to come out until you move and you're gone. And so seeing people happy and questioning if you're ever going to be happy is something that's almost always there. Like, I'm out and I'm proud, and I still question, can I be happy? Can I have this happiness? Am I allowed to have this happiness now that I'm out? Because I know so many people who can't.
No. I mean, just like, there's very obvious signs, especially when you have friends who are in the community. It's the same signs all across the board. For, like, if you think someone is suicidal, but they tend to have, like, finality in their wording. So when they talk in a way that makes you think of an end. They tend to give away personal possessions. They will become more reclusive So, like, they might text, like, if you have a group chat, and they might text you guys and be like, I'm going to be away for a while. Or they might stop responding altogether, and those are those very high telltale signs that something might be going on, and that's when you should check in on your friends. I mean, you should always kind of just check in on your friends, especially in this day and age. But it tends to get worse as events like this come up.
I think kind of another thing that I've seen with some family and with some other friends that I've had is just bigger holidays in general. So like Thanksgiving or Christmas, like big family holidays. I've seen it kind of happen with LGBT friends where they have to be around family who doesn't accept them. Not necessarily just pride holidays or remembrance holidays or those. Just any time that they have to be around family that won't accept them, it's harder. And I've had friends call me crying at like 2 a.m, like saying, hey, can you come just pick me up? Can we just go sit in a car somewhere? And I'm like, okay, I'll be there in like 20 minutes. Just let me find some clothes to put on real fast. I'll come grab you. And all I have to do is sit in a car with them. Sometimes it's all you have to do is you just have to be there for someone. That can easily save somebody's life.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do to be there. Is just be there for someone.
Yeah, if you let them... I've lost a friend to this, and I've always felt guilty because I didn't respond. Like, I didn't respond to those calls, and I didn't hear him reaching out, and then I didn't know what happened until later. But sometimes just, if they do reach out to you and you can't reach back out to them, let them know that you're there for them. Having this knowledge of, hey, I'm here for you if you need anything, let me know. Like, the way I do it is whenever I hear something where with my friends that are depressed or anything, I'm just like, hey, I might not always answer, I might not always pick up, but I am always here for you no matter what.
Right.
And something as small as that can be life-changing.
Right.
Or you can do what Axial does and just adopt everyone who has a bad life and become their father. Because
I do the same thing, I just become their mother instead.
I'm just like, oh, your parents are dicks, I'm your dad now. And that's my life. I have so many children.
Yep. Thanks, Dad.
But at the end of the day, as hard as it is and has many countries and governments and people in general that are against us, this is going to be the one place that you have a true family.
Oh, definitely.
You know, there is never going to be a point where anyone in the community is going to stop loving one another.
That's debatable.
We're not talking about those people. We're going to just continue with, oh, sunshine and rainbows. Okay?
Most people are loving and accepting, and no matter what, love you.
But, I mean, all of our twits and social medias, I sound like an old man, oh my god.
I mean, maybe this is why you're the dad.
I'm the cool mom.
That's debatable.
How dare you?
Cool.
Taking away your
I
Frosted
don't know
Flakes.
about that. You know what? Leave me and my Frosted Flakes alone. But
never.
you know, like Art was saying, like I may not respond all the time, but I'm always available, and we'll probably adopt you. So there's that.
I should have just been a therapist because I will take on all of your problems and internalize them for myself.
No, that's
I'm gonna do
fair.
it. I'm gonna do it anyway. That's what I've done my entire life.
Oof.
Give me your problems and I will help you with them. I am a mother.
I am a mom friend too. So like what Axe was saying, like the social, like our social media is in the title, is in the card. For me personally, if you want to reach out or if you are going through a difficult time or you need someone to talk to, my doors are always open. You can contact me through any social media at any time of the day, and I will respond either immediately or whenever I first see it. And I have nothing but love and hugs to give. I can't physically give hugs, but I will give virtual hugs, and I will be here to sit and listen and help you with anything that you need.
I'm also going to be putting in our Discord, so if you guys join our Discord and then you can message us through Discord too, whatever you guys need, we're always available. We're always open to reaching out to you guys. Whatever you guys need, we're also going to be putting a bunch of links to, what are they called?
Well, there's the suicide hotlines,
Yes.
There's multiple counseling sites. The Trevor Project and the Glenson Project are really good for helping people who are curious or don't understand what's going on, information, and then just the basics of oh my god, suicide prevention hotlines.
What a misspeak there.
God, I'm the worst. But yeah.
So,
Yeah, and to boot, if like you do join us or anything, you cannot get any help. Like if you need to talk to someone, Trevor Project is a really good one because it is a 24-hour line, and there is someone who is always available to help you, and they're more than happy and more than welcoming too.
I volunteer with them, so maybe you'll get me.
know that. Well, yeah, absolutely. Look into Trevor Project. Look into what's the other one called? I'm so bad at remembering things. I'm blaming the Topamax. I've gotten real dumb.
Glenson.
Gotten real dumb. But Glenson Project. We're going to be putting all kinds of hotlines in the description below. Anything that you guys need, if you're not comfortable with that, if you just want to reach out to us for anything, always, we're available to talk.
We have no lives. We're always on Discord.
Listen.
I definitely have no life or friends, so please be my friend.
Big mood. I have the biggest no life because I am the highest
you guys
level
don't count.
in
You're
the
my besties.
RTAZ Discord. So, I'm level 17 now. I am like 6 levels above everyone else.
Well, guess what level I am?
You don't count because
Guess
you're
what
the
level
owner.
I am?
You don't count. You're the owner.
Exactly.
Don't count. You're the
I'm
owner.
11.
I'm the dad, so therefore I win.
Yeah, you're the dad. And also, you've been in the Discord way longer. I just got the leveling system, like, what, 2 weeks ago? Not even?
What?
Because you talk too much.
Yeah, I talk to myself in the Discord all the time because no one else responds to me. Except for Morgan.
Yeah, well.
Morgan is the only one that talks to me in the Discord.
90% of the
Kat.
things you talk about is being drunk, so
Ooh.
there's not a whole lot to have a conversation with.
That's too much information. That's redacted.
Back on that.
I try to be on the Discord. I've just had life.
Level 8, you are like 9 levels below me.
That's some good.
I see that.
Well, this isn't like it's a competition or anything.
I mean, it is a competition.
I also am
Someone made it a competition.
It is a competition. I was making a joke.
It's the biggest competition. Also, because I became a mod, I wasn't allowed to level for like 3 days, and no one came close to getting close to leveling to me. And that's sad.
Is it sad?
Yes. Real sad. Real sad. And also, all the RT communities now think we're a cult, so that's fun.
I mean, it is Arizona.
Is Arizona known for cults?
Yeah.
Arizona is way known for cults. So is California and New Mexico. It's because it's so expansive.
Fancy.
There's so many places where people can just go and hide out in like the deserts of the states.
Ooh, by my house.
I thought we were known for aliens.
We're known for that
also
too.
by my house.
We're known for a lot of cryptid-esque myths
Wow, what
and
did
stuff.
this podcast just turn into?
Life.
Anyway, Arizona's a cult. Happy Friday.
Arizona's a cult and very gay.
Oh my god. Alright. Well, Kat, do you have anything that you would like to add for Pride Month?
I don't know. I feel like we should look at something happier just because I feel like we got all the sad stuff, or like the real life stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
And we try to, like good LGBTQ characters or something. I need more shows. I don't know. I interrupted you, Taylor. Go ahead.
Well, I have a question. So, for people who consider themselves allies, what are things that we can do to help you guys out?
Be a real ally.
Oh, yes.
Explain what that means.
So, the difference between being an ally and a real ally is there's a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, I support the LGBT community, but don't do anything actively to support the LGBT community. So, being an ally is volunteering for organizations that help out with LGBT, helping out LGBT homeless youth, because the homeless youth is 90% made up of LGBT kids. Even just donating some money to organizations or charities that provide clothes and stuff like that. But you can also be, one of my best explanations on how to be an ally is being someone that's willing to walk with someone somewhere. There's special like pins or patches that you can buy that's specifically, and it's not just for LGBT, it's literally for anyone, that says I will walk with you. And basically it's one of the best ways to let people who are minorities know that you support them and are willing to protect them as best as you can in situations that are harmful for them. So if you live on a college campus, getting one of those patches or pins and, walking around. So obviously, like when you're going to classes, people are going to see it and they're going to trust that if they need someone in a situation, that you're someone they can turn to.
On college campuses too, if you have a queer space, get connected with them. See what you can do with them, because I know, at least up where I am on my campus, we have a whole entire space dedicated to it, and I've just been like, hey, if you ever need a place to go here. It's a safe space.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that's really important for people to know who say that they're allies, but they have no idea what that actually means to be an ally.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for sharing that.
And, being an ally is very difficult. Because and a lot of times people are going to come to you with or seeking advice on things that you may not know anything about. And at the end of the day, you kind of just have to be like, look, like, I'm here for you. Here are some good websites, but educate yourself. You need to understand terminology. You need to understand where you can send people to look. It's just telling them, well, I don't know, is not being an ally, because it's not hard to Google things. And yeah, it's not hard for LGBT people to Google things either, but sometimes they need to talk to someone that they can trust first.
Yeah, because a lot of, from at least me knowing, like discovering that I was non-binary, it wasn't like looking stuff up on Google. It was someone saying, hey, yeah, these people exist, and me in my brain kind of connecting it of like, oh, okay, that's a thing, and then asking questions of like, well, what about this, what about that, and they didn't know, so they were like, I don't know, but here's where you can go, and here's where you can get answers. And that was really, really important for me, because I was doing self-discovery at 24 years old.
Well, is there anything else that you guys would like to add before we kind of end the show?
I love you.
I love you too.
I love you
It took me a second to process what you said.
I mean, it was mainly for the listeners.
And I think that you, Taylor.
I'll accept your return of love.
I love everyone on the podcast and all of the listeners. Arms are open wide. All the love, all the hugs.
I love all of you that listen and that you guys tune in. If you guys are struggling with anything, please check out the links in the description. Again, our DMs are always open if you need any advice, especially from our other 3 panelists who are actually part of the community. I am always here to lend an ear if you need it. I just have a limited experience, but I am here to listen if you need an ear. I love you.
I like them on a good day, maybe, sometimes.
The listeners or us?
Just all the above. You're alright.
Just, yes.
Alright, way to end it on that negative note from me. Thank you. Everyone go quiet.
So,
Everyone's gonna think I'm like the bitter one.
well, I mean, accurate. Roasted.
Oh, good.
I think it's just late and Kat wants to go to bed.
It's not late, it's 8:20. I will say, though, that you caught me in the middle of me catching up on Fruits Basket, so.
What?
Oh, I need to rewatch Fruit Basket. I saw a cosplay kill, and I'm like, you're too hot. No.
Who? What cosplayer? Because literally one of my favorite cosplayers just cosplayed Kyo.
Anime podcast?
Let me see.
Is it Dirty Shinobi?
Yes.
I love them so fucking much. No, literally, I'm in love with them. Like, they're my favorite Bakugo.
I saw them and I was just like, oh no, they're hot.
Yes, literally all the cosplayers I follow, I'm like,
Oh,
oh, fuck.
My gay heart is, I love Dirty Shinobi.
I've messaged them before, like, they follow me.
damn. I mean, their cosplays are really good.
I got started on their cosplay.
So good.
I got started on their cosplay with it was a Shibari, Lance, and Shiro, and that's how I got, I saw them, and that's how I started following them.
90% of the cosplayers I follow cosplay My Hero Academia, and that's all I care about. Like, literally, ugh.
We do an anime podcast.
Yes, an anime.
If we have an anime podcast, all I'm going to talk about is My Hero Academia. That's it.
Basic.
Literally nothing else.
So basic.
I have two cosplays I want to do for My Hero. I want to do Mina or Uraraka.
I just want someone to couple cosplay Present Mike to my Eraserhead so that I can just live my dreams out as my dad. Because literally Aizawa Shoda is me, just old. Like, I love him. I relate to his soul. I am literally him if I was a 30-year-old man teaching a bunch of students with superpowers. Like, he's literally me.
I'm sitting and I've been in bathing suit bottoms this whole entire time. I'm like, I should probably change.
I put a bunch of gay clothing on, and then Taylor was like, it's just audio today, and I was like, well, fuck me.
Listen, every time I try and do video, my whole computer crashes.
Well, guess what? I'm just going to send you a bunch of selfies of me in my outfit so that you can just have a slideshow at the end of it and be like, Axio was really sad that none of you got to see his outfit, so here you go.
Okay. I'll post them all on our Twitter, so now everyone has Twitter to look at them. Or you just retweet all of them.
I'm going to retweet all of them. And then I'm going to go on RTAZ and then retweet all of them.
Like, I sent a picture within the group chat of, like, that is what I've been, like, that's what I've been sitting in this whole entire time.
Oh, good.
So elegant.
Okay.
It's for
I
the RTX rave, and it's basically a Nora rave outfit.
No. Why have you been sitting that the entire podcast? I'm in pajamas. I'm in a Cartoon Network shirt.
For the listeners, Art just sent us all a nude.
Wait, what? What am I missing? I'm so
Go to
confused.
Discord.
I'm just kidding, there's some lace on there.
I don't get notifications
somewhere.
from Discord.
Oh, are you on
What
your
the
phone
fuck, Art?
It's cute.
I want one. Make me one.
Alright.
I mean, you have to have it's high-waisted shorts or bathing suit bottoms and lace.
It's a lot of work.
It's a nude.
Alright. We should end the podcast now.
The podcast hasn't ended?
No, you guys didn't let me end it!
I thought it ended.
A while ago.
I wouldn't have talked about my favorite cosplayer. Oh my god, I hate everything.
You guys cut me off before I could end it!
I'm gonna tag them, be like, hey, just so you know, we mentioned you in the podcast.
Sorry.
Oh, you guys cut me off before I could end it, and so I've just been sitting here waiting to end it.
You should have just yelled at me.
I can't yell at you.
No, now you're gonna leave. You're gonna leave this in, and I'm just gonna post on my Instagram and be like, "Hey, this happened because I thought the podcast ended."
Yeah. Okay. All right. Bye, guys. We're a mess. Still, we'll
like
figure
the
it out
sign
one
off?
day. Goodbye.
Our sign off is "We're a mess."
No.
It's always that. It's always gonna be that. Well, one day we won't be, maybe.